Oh boy, Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Just like Sonic Forces, this is yet another Sonic game that's very controversial. And and this and and this game even came before it. It hell, it even came before Sonic Generations. Well, the first episode, which by the way, yeah, no, this shouldn't have been an episodic series. Alright, that aside, welcome to my review on Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Now, one thing I have to say though, guys, is that I'm probably gonna be taking a break from Sonic reviews and maybe reviews in general. I'll definitely pick reviews up again, and when Sonic Frontiers comes out, maybe slightly before that, but I don't know. No. However, I want to know what you guys think of what game you guys want me to review for you, because one more review video I think would be fitting for a little bit of a break. Now, like the Sonic Advance games and Rush games, I don't really have experience with Sonic 4, or even that much experience with mobile Sonic games in general. Now there is the exception with the classic games, even though they're not originally from the mobile device. But I'm talking about original Sonic games on the mobile device. And while this is also on Xbox, I found it to be a little bit ridiculous. Aside from that, though, well, it really wasn't a big deal. To me. So yeah. Without further ado, let's just get to the story. And just as basic as the classic games, which is the attention, and a show don't tell experience while showing Sonic the Hedgehog himself taking down Dr. Eggman, and with some occasional cutscenes from here and there. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for story, folks. So on to the gameplay. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 tries to inspire by the classic Sonic games into what it tries to do. Now, just like the Sonic Advance games, I'm only gonna be telling you my experience, and I'm only gonna be going over Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1. And Episode 2, who pretty much has the same, it's pretty much the same thing, and I feel barely any difference when I play Episode 2, other than looks. Now Sonic's controls compared to the classic games, out of all the 2D Sonic games, this one is definitely the most stiff. No joke, guys, I said it right there. I literally said right there that this is a 2D Sonic game with stiff controls. Really? Even Sonic Advance, despite its emptiness in its stages, at least it had good control. But Sonic 4 Episode 1 and in its controls just feel like, what? What is this? And and you want to know what another thing is? This game genuinely doesn't look like a mainline Sonic game at all. At all. I'm sorry, but it really doesn't look like a Sonic game. It literally looks like it doesn't look like a Sonic game made from Sonic Team. It really doesn't. It's no one. It just the graphics just doesn't impress me at all, and it looks way too much like a fan game. In-game. I'll easily take aesthetics from the Adventure series over this piece of crap, despite how terrible some of the animations can age. At least it was at least they tried. But this game felt like that it just didn't. And I can't even enjoy the graphics in this game. And that's really saying something, since we literally just got Sonic Unleashed, one of, if not the best looking Sonic games literally coming after this. And you're telling me, and there were even 2D sections in that game, and they were even beautiful. So, are you telling me that they couldn't capture that amount of beautifulness in a game like this? They totally could have done that. And speaking of the stages, these stages are really empty. They are really empty. I can't express to you enough of how disappointed I was when I replayed this game. I used to think this game was actually pretty alright when I played it with my brother, or Smelly Shoe Brush, but no. Oh, looking back now, it just doesn't appeal to me at all. Oh, I can't even enjoy it anymore. And something tells me that I probably never will. Sonic 4's stages just are as empty as you can possibly get it. The stages are just so bland that's almost impossible to find multiple pathways, or even then find any enjoyment out of finding those multiple pathways. While Sonic Forces had this problem as well, and I'm still gonna call out that problem, but at least there was some part of the game that I enjoyed, even though it was only 3 stages, that being Episode Shadow. But this game doesn't offer any variety. Like I said for the advanced games, Sonic 4's stages offer almost no variety. It literally feels like I'm playing the exact same stage over and over again with very minor differences. Differences that can't even keep you from being entertained. Yes, some people could argue that Sonic Heroes was a problem for the gameplay styles to be the same thing, and while I can definitely see where they're coming from, at least these their minor differences are enough to keep you enjoyed, and even then, at least when you play through the stages, you're at least finding new ways of completing them. This game offers none of that replayability that Sonic Heroes was offered, or even any of the 3D Sonic games, or even any of the 3D Sonic games, or 2D Sonic games for that matter. I'll happily take the advanced games over this piece of crap. And the boss fights? Don't even get me started on those boss fights. These are boss fights meant to bring you back from nostalgia, from the old games. And while I do see why they want to bring that it's not only is it a bit unnecessary, but there's barely any difference between these bosses other than their 2D counterparts. It's with the exception of the rehash from the Metropolis boss in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. These different, like I said, for the stages, the bosses in this game, the difference is that they offer compared to the old 2D games, the differences that they offer are not enough to keep me entertained. I'm sorry, but they really aren't. And if you think I was the only and if you think I was the only one that feels this way towards the game, well, guess what? You're wrong, because like I said literally at the beginning of the video, Sonic 4 was controversial for a reason. Reasons that I literally just stated. It's literally the exact same thing over and over again with barely any variety. And the bosses just shows that even more. I can't say that there's a single stage or even boss in this game that I enjoyed. And oh my god, the final boss, and this does go for both episodes, by the way. This boss fight is just downright terrible. This really is a pathetic excuse of a final boss. And dare I say, it's one of the worst final bosses I've ever seen in a Sonic game. Devil Doom, Solaris, and even the Time Eater is better than this. Like, seriously, what kind of boss is this? You were able to make better bosses. You were able to make better final bosses in the Genesis games. I know this game is supposed to bring back nostalgia, but come on, even the nostalgia type games bring new final bosses. Now to be fair, this game was created before Sonic Generations, so I'll give it a little bit of slack. But still, they should have made a 3D Sonic games. They should have made an anniversary titled Sonic games, Celebration Sonic games, aims to have unique final bosses, whether they have unique stages or not. The final boss should always be unique, regardless in the stages if the game as a whole was unique or not. And this game barely realizes that. And lastly, the boss as a whole is just downright cheap. I can see almost every Sonic player having struggles with a final boss like this. Seriously, and it just doesn't look fair in terms of difficulty in any way. No, it doesn't. And the music I can't even enjoy either. Like the levels, and boss fights, there is absolutely no music in this game that I actually find enjoyment out of. And not only is the music really uninteresting, but it's also way too loud. The adventure games may have been loud, sure, but this problem just cranked up by 10. It is that bad. How do you screw something this bad up? However, what keeps this game from the absolute worst Sonic game is is that the general concepts and the overall game length itself is something that a 2D Sonic game should have. It's not that long. The concepts could have worked, but it didn't. And 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 it does bring, and there are some things that are immediately pleasing to see returning back. But still, this game really is very bad. And I personally can't recommend this game in any way possible. If you all like this game, if you all played this game and if you enjoyed it, more power to you. But me personally, I don't recommend this game to anyone. Not even the ones I love in my personal life. Let's just end off the video now. Holy hell, what a mess this was. This is like literal Christ. I couldn't bear just to get this review over with. My God. Well, I'm glad I was able to get it over with in general, but my God, what a mess this game was. I know I sound over dramatic here. I know. No, but this game is just that bad. And this game almost has nothing going for it with the exception of concept. This game could have worked. But my God. You could say what you want about Shadow the Hedgehog and Sonic 06, but at least there was something going for them. But this game almost has none. And not even graphics and music can please me when it comes to this game. With that said, thank you all for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and tell me what my what my next review should be. And no, a Sonic game is not going to count, considering that I'm going to be taking a break from those. Until November 8th, which is when Sonic Frontiers has been announced. Which, by the way, the game looks amazing. Saying almost a lot of my concerns torn down when I saw more and more gameplay that my friend showed me. I won't show it in this video, but all I can say is that the game looked awesome. But as for this game, nah. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next one.